Okay, it's Mr. Herman back again with another video. This time we're going to be talking about how to solve and graph an inequality. And this one involves the distributive property and negatives, so kind of good to mix up a few different things in it. Let's start with the, actually let's just add a little thing here to make it a little bit harder. Let's throw another negative in right there. Why not? That'll add things, a little complicate things a little bit more for practice. So we got a little negative I just added in right there. Go ahead and throw that one down for yourself too. Remember, you can always pause these during them or rewind a little bit if you didn't get what I said. So let's start by, there's many ways you could solve this, but there's no real thing to factor out or to divide by, so we might as well go ahead and distribute. So we're going to distribute to here and to here. Remember, we're not distributing to the 3 and the r separately. That's one term. So it's just going to be negative 9r. There's no distributing to both. Keep that in mind. Here and then here. So let's see what that results in. That gives us a negative 9r here. Minus is negative 3 times 5 is negative 15. Remember, you can show that as plus a negative 15 or minus 15. They're the same. Go ahead and bring your sign down, then distribute the negative 5 over here. So negative 5 to 10 is, to negative 5 to 2r is negative 10r. And then negative is positive, so it's going to be plus 50. Then after that, we can look and see what we got here. There's all kinds of things I could do. I'm just going to pick whatever, and why don't we go ahead and let's add 9r to both sides. Doesn't really matter to me what we do. Adding 9r to both sides, let's see, gives us negative 15 here, greater than or equal to here. This gives us a negative r, so we're really just negative 10 plus 9, plus 50. Now let's subtract 50 from both sides to isolate that r and get it by itself. That gives us negative 65 is greater than or equal to negative r. The only problem I have now is that I've got a negative r and I can't have that. So I have to multiply or divide, doesn't really matter, both sides by a negative 1. So negative 1 on each side. That changes the negative here to a positive 65. And this becomes a positive r. But remember, when you multiply or divide by a negative in inequality, you have to flip the sign around. So we flip that sign around. We talked about when graphing these, it's easiest if the r is on the left side. So I'm going to rewrite this as r, and then make sure the bigger side faces the r, so flip that with it. R is greater than or equal to 65. Now to graph this, there's many things we could do to graph this as far as how you can start and finish it, but I'm just going to make a simple line to show the infinite solutions of this. There are many. We'll put 65 in the middle. We're going to use a closed circle because this has an equal sign and it could equal 65. So we're going to take that circle and close it in, which means shade it in all the way. And then we have to find a way to show which way it's going. Remember, if the variable's on the left side, which we had to move it so that it was because it's easier to graph, the arrow this way points the same direction as the graph should point. So it should point to the right. So I'm going to point to the right like this and show it like this. And then bring along, I have something a little bit thicker maybe I could use, be nice. Like something heavier like this, there we go. You should just shade with your pencil, but I can use this marker to do it pretty well too. And this is just a regular arrow over here. That means any number that's higher than or equal to 65 is the solution to this problem. And then you could even try numbers. Try putting in, if you want to try a number other than 65, try 75 or 90. And those will all work in this inequality. They'll just be, numbers might not be the exact same on both sides, but it'll be equal. Or true. It'll be a true statement is what it'll be.